shadowy showdowns. Horror story.
Late one stormy evening, dearest companions Richeal and Mia ended up at the edge of Ravenwood Forest. They had frequently heard stories of the timberland's dim past, loaded up with witches, phantoms, and the individuals who pursued some unacceptable choices. Dismissing the admonitions as odd notions, they chose to wander in, searching for a rush to break the dullness of their modest community life. "Come on, Richeal, it's simply a lot of old spouses' stories," Mia said, her voice touched with fervor. "We'll be fine," Richeal delayed, looking at the inauspicious trees that appeared to murmur alerts. "I don't have any idea, Mia. My grandmother generally said those accounts were valid." Mia feigned exacerbation. "Your grandmother additionally said her feline could anticipate the climate. We should go." As they dove further into the woods, the breeze got, yelling through the trees like the howls of lost spirits. The way developed smaller and more misleading, with branches connecting like skeletal hands attempting to get a handle on them. They coincidentally found an old, disintegrating stone bungalow, half concealed by ivy and shadows. "This should be the witch's bungalow," Mia said, her eyes wide with interest. Richeal shuddered. "Perhaps we ought to turn around. This spot makes me really uncomfortable." Overlooking her companion's distress, Mia pushed open the squeaking entryway and ventured inside. Richeal hesitantly followed. The air inside was thick with dust and a staggering feeling of fear. Odd images were cut into the walls, and a huge cauldron sat in the focal point of the room, loaded up with a dull, gooey fluid. "Take a gander at this," Mia expressed, highlighting an old book laying on a dilapidated table. The cover was made of broken cowhide, and the pages were yellowed with age. "It's a spell book." "Mia, please. How about we simply go?" Richeal encouraged, her voice shaking. However, Mia's interest got the better of her. She opened the book and started to peruse out loud. The air became colder, and the shadows in the room appeared to develop. An unexpected whirlwind blew through the bungalow, closing the entryway and quenching their electric lamp. Overreacted, Richeal and Mia bumbled in obscurity, attempting to track down the entryway. Unexpectedly, a delicate, scary shine occupied the room. The cauldron foamed, and from its profundities, spooky figures started to arise, their appearances contorted in desolation. "What have you done?" Richeal shouted, moving in an opposite direction from the ghosts. The phantoms moaned, their voices reverberating with torment and outrage. "You have stirred us from our timeless sleep. Presently you should go along with us." The temperature decreased further, and ice framed on the windows. The witches' spirits, incensed at being upset, whirled around the room, their eyes gleaming with malevolence. Mia attempted to close the book, however it was past the point of no return. The spirits had been brought, and they requested a penance. They circumnavigated Mia, their spooky hands going after her. "Help me, Richeal!" Mia cried, yet Richeal was frozen with dread. With a last, penetrating shout, the spirits hauled Mia towards the cauldron. She battled, however their hold was unwavering. The final thing Richeal saw before she darted from the cabin was Mia's frightened face vanishing into the dull fluid. Richeal ran indiscriminately through the timberland, branches tearing at her garments and skin. The witch's giggling reverberated in her ears, and spooky hands appeared to brush against her as she escaped. She at long last burst out of the timberland, imploding onto the wet ground, crying wildly. The residents tracked down Richeal the following morning, mumbling incomprehensibly about apparitions and witches. She at no point ever discussed what occurred in Ravenwood Woodland in the future. However, the spooky thoroughly search in her eyes let them know enough. The house and the woodland stayed an illegal spot, a dim sign of the results of wrong choices made on a blustery evening. Furthermore, on evenings when the breeze yelled through the trees, murmurs of Mia's shouts may as yet be heard, blending with the witch's vindictive chuckling, cautioning others to remain away.